You know, every single day, we use all these services for our music, our photos, our documents, and we're basically digital tenants, right? We're just paying rent to big companies for a tiny little slice of their cloud. But what if you could stop renting and actually start owning? What if you could become your own digital landlord?
It seems like a simple question, but the answer? Well, it's pretty complicated. See, when you use one of those subscription services, your files, your photos, your private notes, all of that stuff, it's living on someone else's computer. Yeah, you have access to it, sure, but do you really have control? Who's really in charge of your most personal information?
And this slide really breaks it down. On one side, you've got what's called the SaaS trap, software as a service. That usually means you have pretty limited control, you're facing monthly fees that seem to go up forever, and there's always the risk that if the service shuts down, your data could just, poof, disappear. But on the other side, with your own cloud, you have total control. A one-time hardware cost, maybe, but your services last as long as you want them to.
So how do we make that jump from being a digital tenant to a digital landlord? Well, the answer is this concept that's been quietly empowering tech folks for years now. It's called self-hosting, and it's the absolute key to taking back control of your digital life.
So what is self-hosting really? Let's get a clear definition. It is exactly what it sounds like. It's the practice of running and maintaining applications on your very own server instead of just, renting them from some big provider. It's all about building your own little corner of the internet.
Okay, but why would you do this? What's the point? Well, first off, ultimate control. You get to decide when to update, what features to turn on, and exactly how everything works. Second, enhanced privacy. Your data stays with you, period. No third party is scanning your files to sell you ads. And third, and this is a big one, while there might be an upfront cost, you can save a ton of money in the long term by escaping those endless monthly fees.
Now, I know this might sound a little complicated, but here's the good news. You don't have to start from scratch. There is an incredible community-built treasure map that can guide you. It's a project on GitHub called Awesome Self-Hosted, and it's actually the source for this entire explainer.
And this quote right here, it just perfectly captures the mission. This isn't just some random collection of links. Oh no, it is a carefully curated list of free, open-source software that you can use to build your very own digital toolkit. It's a real testament to the power of community.
And we're not talking about some obscure little list here. Over 250,000 developers and hobbyists have starred this thing on GitHub. That is a massive vote of confidence. It means the projects on this list are tested, they're trusted, and they are supported by a huge, active community.
Just look at the sheer scope of what's possible here. I mean, we are talking about everything from analytics and blogging platforms to file sync, password managers, media streaming, photo galleries. You can even host your own game servers. Seriously, if there's a popular online service you're using right now, there is a very, very good chance a self-hosted alternative is on this list.
Okay, so let's move from theory to reality. It's one thing to see a giant list, but it's another thing entirely to see how you can use these tools to replace the expensive services you might already be paying for. Let's dig into a couple of really common examples. We've all been there, haven't we? You get that dreaded notification, your cloud storage is almost full. So you're stuck. You either have to delete precious memories or you have to pony up another monthly fee for more digital attic space. And all the while, you're kind of wondering who might be looking at your files.
Well, check this out. With tools like Nextcloud, OwnCloud, or Cfile, you can build your very own, completely private Dropbox or Google Drive. You control the storage limit because it runs on your hardware, maybe even in your own home. You get all the features, file sharing, syncing, collaboration, but with zero privacy compromises and no more monthly bills.
Okay, here's another one. If you run a website, you probably use something like Google Analytics. It's free, right? But the real cost is your visitors' privacy. You're basically handing over all this valuable data about your audience to one of the biggest data collection companies on the planet.
But what if you could get those same powerful insights without selling out your users? Tools like Matomo, Plausible, or Umami are fantastic privacy-first alternatives. You host them yourself, so all that valuable visitor data belongs to you and only you. Your visitors get to keep their privacy totally intact. It's a win-win.
And the possibilities just keep expanding. It's amazing. This table here is just a tiny fraction of what you can build. With projects from the list, you can create your own personal media server, a super secure password manager that only you can access, a blog that can't be taken down by anyone, or even an automation engine to handle all your digital chores.
Okay, so at this point, you're probably thinking, this is incredible, but can I actually do it? And the answer is a resounding yes. This isn't just for corporate IT departments anymore. This is for hobbyists, for families. It's for anyone who wants to take that first step toward true digital ownership.
And let's be really clear about this. You do not need to be some kind of systems administration genius to get started. Honestly, thanks to the incredible community support, tons of detailed guides, and new tools that simplify everything, getting your first service up and running is more accessible today than it has ever been.
It really just boils down to 3 simple steps. First, find a server. And this can be an old laptop you have lying around, a tiny little Raspberry Pi, or even a cheap virtual server you rent online. Second, pick an app from that awesome self-hosted list that solves a real problem for you. Start small. And third, just start building. Follow the guides. The community has documented almost everything you can imagine.
So that leaves us with one final thought. Just think about all the digital services you're renting every single day. If you could take back control and truly own just one piece of your digital life, your photos, your notes, your music, your calendar, what would it be? The tools to do it are out there right now, just waiting for you to build something awesome.